Ready to find out more about the small businesses and artists in your town? Small Biz is where it is. Let's support our community by shopping small, keeping it local, and keeping things all fine and dangy.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in this week.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. I say that every single week.
You do. Indeed is your word. Well, this is take 2 for us guys.
Indeed.
Dan don't want you to know that.
Indeed it is.
I made him start all over.
Well, you know, we got excited.
You know, there would have been a lot of bloopers on the last one. Maybe you can save some of the bloopers to share with them about all of the laughter happening here in the studio.
Laughter is good. Laughter's good.
That's right. Speaking of laughter, we had some great laughter with my bestie and your brother.
That's right.
Who came up to visit us last week.
That's why we didn't have an episode last week. We were hell-bent on making sure we didn't miss doing that, and we were just so busy. In fact,
we were going to do a podcast with them, but we were very exhausted from the things we were doing.
We did more hiking on one day.
I really think we did.
With them than we have done the whole time we've been here.
I really think we did.
But we were running around like crazy in the weeks leading up to them coming and, you know, trying to get the house just right.
Spick and span, getting all the dog hair out of here.
Oh, that and just, you know, buying.
Doesn't really work that well, honestly.
Well, not with corgis, but buying a bunch of food and drinks and getting everything ready. But it was, turned out to be very fun. In fact, one of the things that I did like the day before they flew in was I went back to Waynesville and I went to Waynesville Soda Jerks to pick up more of their sodas.
Yeah.
Because first of all, they're very good if you haven't had Waynesville soda, but they're also really good as mixers. So they have some that like the apple rosemary. Apple rosemary is really good with whiskey. Mm-hmm. There's a blueberry one that's really good with vodka. And so we wanted to let them try some of these cool drinks. But while I was there, I did want to give a shout out to Juno because she was working in the back, came in to work the gift shop while I was buying. Yeah. Helped me kind of figure out which ones to get for what kind of drinks.
Cool.
And
we tried a new one. I don't know if it's one of their newest flavors, but raspberry cream.
Yeah, that was
good. We
good.
didn't mix it with anything, but it was a good one.
And it's real subtle. It's like, I don't like a super sweet soda, and it's clear. Like, if you pour it in a glass, it looks like water. But
no additive. Like, you can tell that there's no food coloring being added to it or anything.
Right, unnecessary ingredients. But they only had 2 bottles of it left when I was there. She had to get them from the back.
That's when you got, that's when you got to try it.
It was very cool.
I made my little drink concoction that I came up with, a lavender martini with gin, and then I do a little splash of their soda that's lavender lemon.
Oh.
And then I had my little sprinklings from the lavender filled from Granddad's apples.
How do you love that? I mean, how do you like that? You got to love that.
Look at all this like small business
stuff.
Small
business, freshly picked lavender, and you put some of it in like ice cubes that you froze.
I was so fancy.
It was very cool.
I made fancy drinks.
Yes.
I had like a little lemon pill. Whatever.
It was very cool. Well, that lemon martini.
Being the hostess with the mostest.
You make a dirty lemon martini that is amazing, and that's also from the local little farmers market up there where you get the.
They have a lemon peel stuffed olive that is to die for.
So good, so good.
Yeah.
But Jeremy,
I have to reach out to them and have them on the show.
Oh, we should.
Because they have really good pickled stuff.
You could introduce them to that drink because that is a drink I would order anywhere. But then, the next day, Jeremy and Mindy, my brother and sister-in-law, we took them to go hiking one of the trails we really enjoy.
Yeah, that had a great view at the end.
Yeah, so if you start at the Folk Arts Center at the Blue Ridge and you go up the White Trail because you can go up or down, it goes all up through these mountain passes and everything. And it's, you're kind of by the road at the beginning, but about 3/4 of the way up, you end up kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so it feels. And then it ends overlooking this bluff where you can see down into the valley.
A giant just boulder.
Oh, yeah, it's really cool. But we never made it to the end because about 3/4 of the way there, which is a lot of hiking, we ran into a mama black bear and her cubs.
Yeah, right off the trail.
Almost like sitting on the trail. Yeah. So we turned back and kind of a good thing we did, actually, because
maybe
we ended up having enough energy.
I didn't really want to, but
you of all people didn't want to.
I really didn't. I wanted to. Somebody ran, and you're not supposed to run. Somebody.
Look, I heard somebody say run, and I looked up, and I was the only one.
You heard don't run?
I know the whole joke was Jeremy went, don't run. So I ran, and then I turned back, and I was the only one that was out of the woods. But
I mean,
Anyway.
so we were pretty tired just even after that.
I know. That was a long hike.
You know, I think we were almost 3 miles.
Oh, out or total? Probably total.
Oh, maybe total.
But the next stop we were going to go to was this really cool river. It's not a touristy spot. In fact, Joe Campbell from Golden Goat Gallery, who's been on the show.
Tongue twister.
Yeah, he gave us the coordinates to this sort of local place. That's
there's no address. It's just the coordinates.
It's just coordinates.
You know
right?
that's a good spot when it's just the coordinates.
And we've been out there before, and it's beautiful. It's this section of rock. It's near Bat Cave, but it's like huge, big rocks that you can sit up on top of, and the river. Super cool.
And there was nobody there. There was like a tiny little group of people there when we went.
The first time, yeah. So this time we got there, and there were probably 60 cars on the side of the road, ridiculous. So we didn't even stop.
We didn't.
It was a weekend, though.
No, we did have to stop so that Angie could eat because I was getting very hangry. There was a really mad person in the car.
We literally pulled over on some mountain road and just ate sitting in the back of the truck because
at the edge.
She wasn't waiting. Not anymore.
But then, so we're like, okay, well, our plans are all foiled. We're like, we're going to show them this great view and this other cool little river spot. What do we do now?
Right.
And Jeremy pulls up on his phone, things to do near me.
Which I'm so embarrassed. I didn't know you could do that. So for the 1% of you out there that didn't know, wherever you are, anywhere, if you just punch that in a search, it'll list all kinds of things to do and how they're starting sort of from the closest to the further away.
I can't believe it. I'm always like, rivers near me, parks near me.
I know, me too.
I'm always, I'm looking up 5 million things. Why didn't I think to do?
Well, I'll tell you what, when we're in Greenville, North Carolina on Wednesday, we should punch up a search for that.
What are we driving over there for again?
So I can do an iPad exchange. But people do that sometimes, exchange iPads.
Yes, just sometimes. Maybe once.
All right. She's teasing me because I've had to switch it out a few times, but you got to get it right. But
anyway, the things to do. No, I'm not going to get into that.
Please don't.
I'm not going to get into
I
that.
have to
but we
hide
are
under
going to
this
do the
table.
things to do when we go to Greenville so we can find something cool to do. But Jeremy pulled up and Chimney Rock State Park pulled up. And we've heard of it, but we haven't gone there.
Yeah.
And it is touristy. Like the area that it's in is touristy.
Yeah, it's still
it was kind of busy, but not busy enough to where you couldn't see some great views and some, a really cool waterfall.
Oh, it's the neatest.
The sights were amazing. I mean, the scenery was amazing.
I mean, even when if you haven't been to Chimney Rock Park, as you're driving up this sort of switchback mountain road, as soon as the mountain comes into view, it's different. Like we live in the mountains now, but this is like a sheer cliff wall that goes
of rock.
Thousands of feet up. It's
Chimney
just
Rock.
Really, really neat. But, once you park, there's like a tunnel that you go in where they have tunneled into the side of the mountain all the way to the center of it to an elevator that's inside the mountain, which is really neat.
Yeah, that is really, really cool. It's a little scary, like kind of standing in that tunnel of rock.
I know. I did think if this thing goes, it's it. You're just.
Hopefully, you wouldn't feel it for very long.
It's almost like being at Disney a little bit. It reminded me because we were in line for about a half hour.
Yeah, but after that, I mean, once you get to the top and you see this like panoramic view of the valley and the mountains out in the distance, so beautiful. A huge lake over there. Then there was a waterfall hike that we did.
Oh, yeah.
And that is a hike. That was a hike.
It is quite a walk to get to.
That was like a 3-mile hike at least. So that's like 6 miles.
Yeah. By the time we got done, I swear we would.
I mean, maybe 3 miles is nothing to all of you guys. I don't know, but it was to us.
I would think throughout the entire day, up and down all those stairs and both of those hikes, we probably hiked 6 to 8 miles total the whole day.
And I was stupid because I took my hiking boots off thinking I'm at a state park. I'm not going to need them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I put my tennis shoes back on. That wasn't good. No bueno for my feet.
Well,
it was not good for my feet.
They're hiking trails. When you're off of like the deck area that they've built around them, when you get to the hiking trails, it's just regular hiking trails. I mean, it's just rock and dirt, just like any of them. But
I do like that it was very natural. And
me too.
Not railings up and kind of keeping you boxed in. You know what I mean? I like that it's just like this is what a state park looks like.
Yeah,
this
me
is what
too.
It's supposed to look like. So I do really like that they did that. It's very well maintained, though.
It is, yeah. And there's the natural, you get up on top of the chimney rock that looks like a chimney and you can see it every direction. It's the coolest thing. But there's all these little branches, like where we went off to this one little spot, I think it was called like the Opera Room or something, where it's like if you picture the side of a mountain with a slice missing out of it, and it wasn't cut that way. You can tell it's a natural way. They just built stairs up to it. So you can get in this little slice and you can sit in there.
Yeah. It was
neat.
really cool. I really enjoyed it very much.
I did too.
I'm glad we got to do that with them.
I am too. There's also caves you can walk through. We went through a couple quick caves and such.
And just so everybody knows, we did. What's really cool, though, is you can take dogs to that state park.
We saw many.
I don't think our dogs would have made... That was a long journey for their little legs. But
I picture someone would have been carrying at least one of them.
Somebody would have been. But I do love that you could take the dogs in state parks here. I think that is amazing.
Me too.
We were privileged or blessed or whatever we were not to have to take the pups. It's a little less stressful when we don't have to take them places.
They would have been but they would have been exhausted if they did the first walk. Plus bears plus dogs is never good.
No,
you know.
But our neighbors, Bridget and Kimberly, I said, you know what? We've met them before. I'm just going to go over and ask them. I'm just going to go ask them if they'd be willing to let the dogs out. And they were so kind. They were like, absolutely. I feel really comfortable with them, with our pups, because they foster animals. Kimberly has done pet sitting like I have in the past, so I feel very, very comfortable with them watching our pets. So
I know, big shout out.
Thank you guys.
Yes, thank you
very
guys.
much.
And you know, we say we met them before. We met them for like 2 minutes walking our dog past their house, but they were so cool. They came over, I think the night before or a couple nights before.
Just do a little intro to the dog, just so they don't bark at them when they come in, even though our dogs probably wouldn't.
Yeah. But they hung out for maybe an hour, and they were just so nice. And now we're all going to get together and go to dinner, so maybe they can show us somewhere else to eat, because they introduced us to a place we'll talk about in just a few minutes.
Yeah. Well, after hiking, though, we had talked about, we went and did all this grocery shopping. We're going to cook all these elaborate dinners, because Jeremy and Mindy always cook such great meals for us when we're in Florida. And thank God Jeremy said,
I'm tired.
I don't want to cook. So can we just get pizza or something?
He wasn't going to cook. I was going to cook anyway, but I was so happy because we were basically at that point where, you want to eat kind of on the way home. And then when you get home, you want to get a shower and couch it.
And that's it.
And that's kind of what we did.
You're done for the night. So we went to Galactic Pizza right down the road from us on our way home. Always great pizza, great wings, great beer.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was perfect.
Perfect for the night.
And it was a place we knew, so it was nice to go to a place where we knew they were going to get
they're going to get
good stuff.
I'm getting all tongue-tied. Always happens every single show. That's
okay. We depend on that.
Well, you know what? Maybe that's a great time for a little break, so we'll be right back after this commercial.
Oh, a commercial. Angie, did you just eat the last pickle?
You mean this silly dilly? Oops, sorry.
Dude, I was looking forward to that. That's my favorite flavor, too.
No worries. I'll just run up to DJ's Pickles and grab some more.
Oh, that's right. They have their own pickle shop at the W&C Farmers Market right here in Asheville.
Yes, they do. They also jar small batches of their chef-crafted gluten-free pickles and other products there. I love that they don't use any preservatives or anything artificial.
Nice. Now I'm really craving one. Can we just head up to the pickle shop now?
Sure thing. And while we're there, I'm going to pick up my favorite as well. The sweet and spicy okra is the best. And don't forget, we can always order them online at djspickles.com and have them shipped right to the house.
Awesome. But while I'm there today, I'm just going to stock up so I don't run out anytime soon and you don't eat the last pickle anytime soon again.
DJ's Pickles, crafted with care and delightfully delicious. Welcome back, guys. That was our very first commercial that we have done
in Asheville, in this area, yes.
For somebody from GoLocal.
That's right, GoLocal Asheville.
DJ's Pickles. Mm-hmm.
That's part of the deal with our GoLocal. How when you join, if you're a small business, then you offer something to anyone else that's joined. So that's what it is.
We don't have any physical products, so offer a free 30-second commercial.
Yep.
Me and you write it. We perform it.
That's it.
There's a little questionnaire that I ask and say kind of what the feel is that they want.
Yep.
And hopefully they are happy with that.
And in all reality, not to make that commercial longer, you really did eat those silly dilly pickles on a burger the other night.
I did, and they were very good. And we used a bunch of the ones that we bought for the charcuterie board that we did while Jeremy and Mindy were here.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Awesome.
The okra and the beets.
Oh,
you never eat beets. I eat beets.
I was doing
Jeremy
the okra
and Mindy
noise.
Eat beets.
Yeah,
so.
Beets. But I'm sure if you like beets, they're good from DJ's Pickles.
Delicious.
But we were talking about Bridget and Kimberly, and they introduced us to Haywood Commons soon after we moved here.
Yep.
So we went there with Jeremy and Mindy the next day for brunch. They have really good breakfast. They have really interesting and delicious Bloody Marys.
They really did.
Yeah, what's the stuff in there they put?
Kimchi.
Kimchi.
Yeah, it's like a fermented cabbage.
Yeah, it's got like a tart flavor, but yeah, very good.
Really good for your gut too.
Yeah, maybe offset that Bloody Mary a little bit.
Maybe offset the Bloody Mary. Well, it's got kimchi in it, so it's good for me.
Right.
So even, it's got tomatoes.
It's like water at that point.
That's right. So we did that. Well, then we came back home and got the pups because we decided to bring the pups with us on Sunday.
Yeah.
And we went to Point Lookout Winery, and it is so beautiful up there.
It really is.
They're doing. We went there for our
few years ago.
Honeymoon.
Yeah.
We were there for our honeymoon. Or no, we weren't there for our honeymoon. We were there with when we brought Mackenzie up.
That's right.
For the very first vacation up here.
That's right.
And it's so beautiful. It was like, oh my gosh, just this. You're just surrounded by vineyards and mountains.
Oh, I'll put some drone footage I took when we were up there with Jeremy and Mindy.
Pretty.
But yeah, it's like on the top of a mountain kind of, and it's just beautiful.
We did the
beautiful
little charcuterie there.
Yep.
Did a little spread, had some wine. The pups were there chilling out. And they're really adding some new little seating areas there from the last time we were there. So they're kind of expanding it.
Yeah, for outdoor seating because there's quite a bit inside. And they have the big garage doors or whatever that you open up so it kind of feels like you're outside. But if you really want to be outside now, there's like a big picnic area. And I like that they left the trees on one side so you get some shade, but you can still see out. And it's just a beautiful view. That was a great kind of peaceful thing to go do.
It's a great little like wedding venue or party venue, anything like that. If somebody's looking to do something like that, it's really pretty.
It really is. And it was a nice thing to do after all the hiking and all the busyness. It was like a real chill day where we just kind of mellowed out.
And then Monday, their flight left on Monday, but we just chilled.
And we're offering, like, you want to go do something? And they were kind of like, no, I'm good. Just sit on our back porch and chill. So it's kind of nice.
I'm fine. I mean, we have a pretty beautiful back porch.
We do.
The birds out there and it rained a little bit, so that was kind of nice. Just sitting on the back porch, just chit-chatting.
Yeah, so they had a nice time in North Carolina, and as soon as they started heading home, they ran into flight delays and all this mess.
My gosh. They didn't get home till late.
Like 11 or something, I know.
Well, because of all the storms. There were storms down in that area again.
Yeah, what's new there?
What is new?
Anyway, very nice time. Very nice week. 3 days basically spent with them. And then in the meantime, we've been doing the same things we always do, taking the dogs to the Arboretum, if I'm saying that right. You do that almost every day now.
I do. I mean, I'm at least, I'd say 3 times a week I try to take them.
Well,
sometimes I go just down the road. There's like a little park down the road from us that has the dog park there. And we walk there if it's, I just want to get a quick one in. But they love the Arboretum. They love to swim in the river.
I know. Well,
and you know what I do now.
I know what you do now because I went with them yesterday, and it was like they're old pros at this. Now I'm like the tourist because they have a specific spot they go to, and they get off the leash a little bit, and and they stay right by us. It's
I let them swim in the river.
But honestly, they don't go 10 feet from you.
No, it's nice for them to get that little burst of energy out, especially Oliver, because he wants to run, and I can't run on those days.
I know. That dog is so excited about everything.
So excited.
Except a water hose coming at him. He will hide from everything for that.
Mackenzie loves the water hose.
She does. And then after we got back from that hike, I decided I would be adventurous and grab my bike and go to the Point Lookout Trail. So we mentioned the Point Lookout Winery, same area, but it's a trail we've walked on a bunch of times. It's paved like a bike path, and bikes are encouraged to go. What I never noticed is it is slightly in some areas, which are the areas I didn't notice, downhill the whole way from where we always park. So I learned a very valuable lesson after coasting downhill for 3 solid miles without ever pedaling. And then pedaling back up 3 miles. So it's 15 minutes down,
Holy crap.
45 minutes up. Doesn't sound like much, but I was dying. So next time, if I ever do that trail again, I will park at the bottom and earn the ride back down. But biking is more fun when you have brakes.
Yeah.
Just going up solid is miserable. So I'm not sure that's my best choice for biking.
I mean, I think once you build a little endurance up, though, you'll want a little more of a challenge. We've been out of the game for a little while. I know, but we're getting back on our regularly scheduled program of maintaining our bodies that are falling apart. So
I don't disagree with you about building up the stamina for it, but I do feel like when I bike, it's a beautiful walking trail, but when I bike, I want to work a little, coast a little. Work a little, coast a little, not have all of it.
That's why I want those electric bikes, those little hybrid electric bikes, because that would have been fun.
That
would have been a lot easier for you.
Yeah, I would have done all the way down and back up a few times then. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was fun though.
We'll look into those eventually. But anyway, getting back on the kick of, getting our bodies moving a little more. And we did another podcast today. So you guys stay tuned for next week's podcast, because that's what we will be talking about. Getting your body moving in a little different way than the normal way you think about working out. So.
Yeah, nice little segue or plug in for the next one. But otherwise, we've just been doing the same thing. I've started writing regularly again. I try not to talk about it too much because I feel like
Dan's been doing a lot more than me.
It jinxes me.
I did have a migraine for 3 days, so
including today.
Well, 2 days, and then this morning, and it's going away. So thank goodness. Hopefully, it stays gone.
Yep.
And doesn't come back to visit me for a very long time.
You know what I just thought of?
What?
We're going to be in Greenville on Wednesday, so we should do that thing where you punch in things to do near me.
We're going to do that, definitely.
When we're in Greenville.
We are 100% doing that.
Did we already say that?
Maybe, but we just repeated it again because we probably had it on our notes 2 times. So.
Maybe. Or it was in the outtake, and I can't remember what was in the outtake and what wasn't.
Yeah, this is take 2, so it very much might have been. And there's some funny bloopers in there, so hopefully you guys get to enjoy some of those bloopers. Because sometimes when we start laughing, we can't stop. It's ridiculous.
Well, since this actually comes out on Monday, tomorrow, if you have any suggestions for things to do in Greenville, give us a message. And, if you're local, you may have some good ideas that we can't find on Google. And also, if you're local to the area and you would like to be on the show, or you know someone that might be a good fit for the show, please reach out to us and let us know. We're very excited to have more small businesses, artists, and interesting people on.
That's right. And love that our audience is growing here in the Asheville area. And, this weekend we will be out and about finding a new town to discover as we start hunting for a property and the search for a house or whatever we're going to do. We're so up in the air about what we're going to do. But,
I mean, that's kind of the fun of it.
It is kind of fun.
I'm excited to go check out Burnsville.
Burnsville is where we're going to check out.
What's the other one called? Microville?
Micaville. We learned something interesting about that. Stay tuned next week to find out more about that.
A teaser.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to us each and every week. It is so very much appreciated. And remember, at the end of each and every day, it's all fine and dandy.
I don't know why.
Why did you take my line?
I don't know why I joined in. I thought we were supposed to both say that part. I'm a little rusty, I think.
You're so rusty.
Oh, okay. Want to try it again? Let's try it again. I have to because I didn't hit the button. I'm going to leave this in, though.
Okay. We're starting again. And remember, at the end of each and every day, it's all fine and dandy. Hi guys, we hope you enjoyed the show today. If you did, we would love a review. So make sure to head over to your Apple Podcast app or whatever app you listen to your podcast on and give us a 5-star review. Also, give us a like and a follow on our social media. You can find that all under Fine and Danjee. And if you want to find out more about our guest or about us, head over to fineanddanjee.com.